Again? In one day? What's going on? I said I might stream again. I actually meant to stream earlier. I was still up, and I'm like, you know what? I'll stream a little. And I might even twice tomorrow. I'm getting all obvious. Sick like a cold, sick like a flu. Ouch, ear infection and stomach at the same time. No fun. How often do you get infections in a year? I haven't had an ear infection in so long. Forever. Hello, Cap. How are you doing? It's a sunny day. That's. I guess it might have been sunny here today. Back. I was working in the house for client work and then drawing. And it was sunny when I did my driving job. So yeah, it was a sunny day here too. Life is always better with sunshine. You just get them a lot when you're younger. I'm not absolutely positive it's an ear infection, but it hurts. Well, usually that's pretty clear. It hurts. Let me check the mixer. Test, test, test. So if I speak normal voice, you can hear me okay, I assume, right? Only when I'm super quiet. Speak up. Yeah, I did put a noise gate on it, so it has to be a certain. I can turn it up 3 decibels. It was turned down a little bit too, so maybe that was doing it. Yeah, I remember having ear infections that were really bad when I was a kid. Very painful. I didn't want to do anything but lay down. And we used to have humidifiers or something like that. That was supposed to, I don't know if it ever did or not. I don't know what it could be. Fluid in the ear. Yeah, how long have you had symptoms? Yeah, not so bad yet. Oh, here's hoping it doesn't get worse. That clears up quick. And are you running a fever at all? I know you said you couldn't rest, so this point is pretty moot, but I'm a strong believer that you gotta rest, which allows your body to fight and heal. So even if you can't sleep, resting, because you only have so much energy to burn. That's just what I do. My wife is not, she doesn't really want to stay in bed when she's sick, but when I'm sick, I'm like, man, that's all I'm going to do is stay in bed. Yeah, that's good then. Cap, you doing any art today, or have you done any recently? What'd you do? Are you still having fun with symmetry? Didn't like the picture, or the symmetry didn't turn out you wanted, or what? King Grim, thank you for that follow. Welcome aboard. How'd you find me, King? Random stuff, or because I'm doing D&D and you like D&D, or do you like fantasy art? Just browsing. Hello there. Just browsing? I'm glad you stopped by. And it's Julia too. Here, I'll back out so you can see the whole picture. So I do, once I'm in the inking section, I do the inks. So that, yeah, that is the inks. I do this forms step, which sort of gives it a three-dimensional quality to it, almost like there's a light shining from the front. And then I'll put on the colors afterwards. I'm kind of jumping back and forth between phases. Hello, Julia. Yeah, most of the time they're D&D characters or monsters. I'll do commissions for folks who want it. But a lot of the work I'm doing is going to be for these art cards. They're going to be supplements for the Dungeons & Dragons game so that Dungeon Masters can throw them down when there's random encounters or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of a different process, but I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know, revolutionary. I don't know, that's sort of experimental for me. I've been trying it out since the beginning of the year. And you know, the drawings, they look interesting. I don't think they quite, something needs to happen so that they can get better than they are, but they're kind of fun to look at. I like them. Sometimes I typically will do the forms in the black and white. That way I can see everything a little bit easier. And just this image by itself is sort of interesting in a way. Like I'll open a past image and we can take a look at that. Because I always like opening old art. Julia, what you doing today? Got your coffee yet? Like this one. So this one had an interesting forms. So again, kind of adds a dimensional quality to the artwork. And then I go ahead and put this, so that's the dimensional of the forms, and then I add shadows again on top of that. So yeah, kind of looks cool. Thank you, Julia. Julia loves my art style. Woohoo! You've had too much coffee. You're in California. Yeah, I'm in California too, down in San Diego. So I unfortunately tend to stream this late a lot. Not really meaning to, but it's just kind of natural. Tonight it's just green tea. So if you like this art, please do follow my Instagram because I always post Instagram before anything else. And I mean, you don't have to follow Instagram, but if you follow social media, that'd be the one I'd follow. Otherwise, I'm here. Green tea is yummy. You know, I didn't realize, I just didn't know that TwitchCon is going to be in San Diego. So, I don't know, I don't have plans of going yet, but it would be kind of cool to go. I'm assuming there's plenty of room, not like San Diego Comic-Con, which sells out and you can't get in. So, there's a pretty good chance I'll go. It's in September, I think, right? Yeah, I think there's a couple folks that follow this stream that might be at TwitchCon, so if it gets closer, I think we'll just have to meet as a group and have some beer or something. San Diego has a very cool gas lamp district, so there's lots of cool bars, pubs, places to hang out, restaurants. I would do that. Julia, are you coming to San Diego for TwitchCon? San Diego's a lot of fun for a few days, and then it can feel kind of quiet. Maybe for a good solid week, maybe even 2 weeks. Might be able to find some fun stuff in 2 weeks. Then after that, kind of quiet. Julia, how did your 300 follower party go? I'm gonna have a 300 follower party pretty soon. If I can get the last 15 followers. I've been closed for like 2 weeks or a month, or I don't know how long I've been closed, but I've been closed for a while. Might be under 15 now. No, you should visit from West Coast to East Coast. No. Yeah, there's so many neat things in America. It's so big. It's hard to even pick where to come and visit to America. You only get like one trip. That'd be almost impossible to pick. Where would you go, Julia? Where would be the first place you want to see? What type of things do you like when you're on vacation? Are you outdoorsy person, a city girl, history buff, amusement park person? I mean, what do you go do? What do you prefer to do? California or Florida? Yeah. So, but as a European, and you know a lot about America because we just are known everywhere. If I said you get your choice of going to one thing in America, what's the first thing that pops in your head? The Rocky Mountains. Yeah, I like country stuff. Scenic stuff. I've only seen the Rocky Mountains from airplanes up above at 36,000 feet. Even I haven't seen the Rocky Mountains. I don't travel much, so that's why. Grand Canyon. I actually have seen the Grand Canyon though. That is pretty amazing. You can't believe it until you actually see it, because the pictures don't really do it justice until you stand in front of it and realize how big this sucker really is. So yeah, Grand Canyon's a good choice. Rocky Mountain's a good choice. All that nice rugged scenery stuff is cool. Ugh, what am I doing? Yosemite. I have never been there yet either. Or Yellowstone. I haven't been anywhere. I don't know why travel never hooked me too much. Maybe because I never really had the money. Had to work. Big Apple on a hungover Sunday morning. Lots of walk of shames to be seen. I bet. I bet. So yeah, you need to find a good street side bistro or cafe or whatever. And just watch the folks walk by. Did they or didn't they? But is it really the walk of shame? Shouldn't it be the walk of pride? I know what it means. But if people were smart, wouldn't they feel pride? Wouldn't you want to be with someone that you were glad to be with? Even if it was a one-night stand? I know liquor makes you stupid. But I'm just saying, can't we just change the world? One sleepy night at a time. Change the world. One walk of pride at a time. Yeah, I'm too old for that stuff. It's way more interesting when it's a walk of shame, I know. Oh, you were bored of Grand Canyon, but then you got to see it through your fiance's eyes. And I've never gone down into the canyon. I would love to go to Havas. Is it Havasu? No, it was yeah, maybe it was Havasu. The falls that are down inside the canyon itself. Looks amazing. Pictures, even the pictures look amazing, so it must be fantastic for those who actually get there. But the hike is actually supposed to be a pretty rugged hike. See? It's all a mental energy. It's all how you perceive the world. It can be a while. I had some ice cream. I had some Twinkies though, not chocolate covered ones, but I had some Twinkies tonight. So it took care of my sugar desire. Trying to remember to draw without my mouth open. I've been leaving my mouth open a lot. All the time. Got A's, fantastic! Congratulations, Gerbil. Congratulations. Yay! Super happy for you. I know you were stressing that one time we were talking about. Well, I'm sure your instructors, professors, coaches saw that you had a passion for what you're doing, right? So they're gonna treat you like an adult and say, okay, you don't have to be here necessarily all the time, but you get your work assignments in and you've done your best. They recognize. So congratulations. Yeah, you were sick a ton. You know, if you're bona fide sick, you're sick. Because there's not much you. Julie, I have to admit something to you. I saw your Snapchat videos again. That's so goofy. That Snapchat thing looks like it was so much fun. Shut the mouth. Close the mouth, Robert. Julia, do you know who Lucille Ball is? Glaring into the camera. This is a glare. This is my serious, I'm an artist face. Concentration. I kind of have a serious face like when I drive. I remember one time when I was younger, this girl actually was turning the corner and she yelled at me, "Smile!" Because I had this, serious face. My brow was knit up. I was in a fine mood. I wasn't angry or whatever, but then that's when I realized, man, I must look like I'm just mad all the time. Goofy and Jim Carrey. You know the funny thing, I don't tell many people this, but I can do, or especially when I was younger, I would do some goofy stuff, some goofy voices. And it was years later I saw Jim Carrey do some of his comedy sketch routines. I was like, oh my God, he's doing the stuff that I used to do. Like, oh my God. He's made millions of dollars doing things that I thought were just ridiculous, but I was doing them. I could have been somebody. First, he has the courage to do it in front of people. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I always do the goofy yell. Can't do it tonight. I would be too loud. But Goofy has that signature yell. I'm pretty good at that. I always do it at Disneyland when we're on the rides and stuff. I'll do the Goofy yell. Yeah. It humors me. Art and Sonic movies. Art and Sonic movies. What do you mean Sonic movies? Do 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 do. Ugh, yuck. Ah, yeah. I haven't heard that in a long time. Oh, Jim Carrey. Sonic movies. Paints. He's in the new Sonic movie that everyone's going to. He's in that movie? Is he playing Sonic? I was really surprised to hear that Sonic has his own movie. I mean, lots of people know the game, but I didn't think the character itself had that much personality. Playing the egg dude. Who's the egg dude? I'm assuming that's a villain. Hey Julia, do you go to work every morning after you have your coffee? I can't remember if you're working somewhere, you're doing freelance or doing both, or your daily schedule, because I know you stream at night, so I'm assuming you stream when you're done doing your day. Do you freelance at home? That's the villain. Okay. Dr. Eggman. Oh yeah. If you do freelance and you have clients that want your work, the best life. I just landed a new client just a few days ago. Wants me to do. He's going to be doing another startup business. He has a business now. Going to start a new business and wants me to do all the graphics. So yeah. I mean, he's going to have a lot of work for me for probably a year. I probably will be able to stream a little more often now too. Hopefully. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. It's great being a freelancer. But it's really tough for me for a while when I didn't have clients. Then it's hard. That's why I started doing my driving job. So this time around, I think I'm going to stick to doing the driving jobs and do the freelance work and do the streaming. So work much, much harder than ever before. And after this image that I'm finishing up tonight, I finally start the first of the game images, the game art. So that for that fellow that I said I would help him do his game with. So that might turn out to make some money someday. Yeah, when you can get the work, it sure is awesome. I wish I had more control on getting more of it. That's the hard part. That's the hardest part of business. Getting the customers. You need them. Gotta do it. Keep painting, because the better you get, the opportunities will arrive. But you gotta get good enough, you know? And I'm talking about my stuff. I look at my stuff all the time and I'm like, okay, it's fun. I have a certain skill level, but I don't think I'm good enough yet. Because if I were good enough yet, the jobs would be rolling in. So I think about my art all the time. It's like, what can I do to make it better? You know, is it the anatomy? Is it the coloring? Is it shading? And of course the answer is everything. All of it. Or everything. But I think I may make some real changes on my art pretty soon. Try to up the game. Because I think I have it in me to do some pro-looking art. But right now it doesn't look like pro-looking art. It's like comic book art. Not even comic book art. It looks like coloring book art. I was thinking about that the other day. So somehow I gotta stop looking like coloring book art and start looking like professional art. Essenfer! I like that name, Essenfer. You've been here before, I remember that name. I think I mentioned it. Essenfer reminds me of Watership Down. There was one of the rabbit characters. Eisen something. Yeah, it reminds me of that, but I can't remember it. Vastri! Yeah. You know, I was actually on twice. Were you on? Did you see my early stream today, Tavastri? So this is my second time today. So yeah, setting records all over the place. Latest stream, most times online, earliest online. I'm breaking all the records today. Most chatty. Go draw out a bunny with a gun to paint. Fantastic. Go for it. Then post it. I want to see it. Foster, you actually sleep? I didn't think that was possible. How am I doing today? I'm doing great today. Pretty good day. Pretty damn good day. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about I got some freelance work. So I was doing some freelance work today. So making some good money doing that. I forgot to, I was going to say I've got this other client that wants to basically hire me to start up her business as well. So I got a few clients, or two. I have two clients who want my help in starting up their business. So both could prove to be pretty lucrative. So if they both take off, I might not even need to drive for, well, for a year, maybe longer. So we'll see. But I don't think they're both going to take off. But anyway, because of the freelance and the short shift at work and streaming twice today, I'm feeling pretty good. Well, yeah, I hope the repairman comes out fast then so that you can do what you need to do. Let's see, started a Photoshop piece yesterday. Usually don't paint. Don't have a tablet. Oh yeah, it is very hard. The only art that I enjoy doing with a mouse is Illustrator, you know, path art, path lines. But yeah, anything else is really tough on the mouse. There's a lot of inexpensive drawing pads. So if you draw often or want to draw often, you gotta get something. Gotta get something. Even those cheapy ones are fantastic now. It's like you can't get a bad product. I still use an Intuos 3. This thing's like 20 years old now, I think. Super old. But the damn thing won't break on me. Sometimes I almost wish it would. Knock on wood, I don't really want it to break. A lot of pen tool, yeah. See, I wouldn't do true pixel art. I would do art and then posterize it down to 16 colors and see if it worked, and then tweak it from there. Res it down until you get the resolution you want. I'd find ways to cheat. That's what I'm saying. But I know real pixel art you can't cheat. All right, let me see here. I gotta switch a window so we can see your art. Gotta turn that on. Boom, there it is. All right, drawing a forest. Let's see, I see you use the leaf tool stuff. That looks really cool. I like the silhouettes of the trees. There's a soft spot in my heart for black, solid black silhouetted trees. I like those a lot. Yeah, cool. Looks like you had some fun today. Yeah, I see that picture and I think the bright light in the background is a UFO landing in the forest. So thanks for sharing. Bismuth, you snuck in here and your name is orange like Tavastri. I thought you both were the same people. My vision is not so good right now. But yes, drawing with the pen. Tough. What? Your family gave away your drawing tablet. That sucks. Yeah, so with the mouse, if you set up your brushes, in Painter they're called hoses, right? So your brush sprays the leaves and the patterns in kind of a random order. You can get something that's pretty natural looking even with the mouse. The posterizing method is not uncommon among professionals. Hey, I didn't know that. I thought I was making up my own cheat right on the spot. You finally got Twitch to let you watch ads in exchange for bits. Now, I've looked into that once or twice and I haven't been able to do that. So what did you do to be able to do that? Or like Essen first asks, is it mobile only? I mean, what's more information? Let's hear it. Because I would watch some ads for some bits. And then I would throw those bits right back to you guys. So maybe they went out of beta because it was beta for a while, right? So maybe it's public. Oh, autosave. It on desktop. Your streams. Love to check others out. For the time there's PlayStation for you, Rob. Yeah, but I drop them instantly because it's good feel to the streamer. But I drop them instantly because it's a good feel to the streamer. Huh? What are you saying that you would drop them? Yeah. What do you mean, Essen? For so you see the ad and you drop them instantly, but I'm not understanding what you're saying. Here's, yeah, okay. All right. Time to zoom out a little bit. See how the progress is going. Shadows, pop colors. Very bright. That's the other thing about my art so far, is that it all looks very bright. Too bright. So I don't know if it is or not, but it always feels bright. That's what I mean, like coloring book. Oh yeah, yeah. Give the bits to the channels that you watch. Okay, now I find it. So you would drop your bits. Yep, now I understand what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, he does, huh? He's a bard, so I wanted him to look, you know, still half orcish, you know, so maybe a little primitive, although there's no reason why a half orc would be primitive. But a little bit flamboyant because he is a bard after all. And none of the colors are final. These are, I just blocked them in, but you know, they might be close. They might be close to. And I can always go in and on the layer that I'm using, it's a hard light layer. So, you know, I could always pull it down. Oh wait, actually that's flattens it. What I would do. Always do something. I was thinking of changing that layer anyway on new art going forward. Just a normal layer. So On going. Keep on keeping on. Close. Pretty close to being done. When I say close, that's a good point. Good point. Maybe if I did something that wasn't colored and gave them the opportunity to color themselves. I've seen some stories of, you know, some folks doing patterns and mandalas and other stuff. I actually was going to do mandala. I kind of got bored of it. I was doing symmetrical art for a while. Thought I would publish a book like it. It was fun, but I actually like this better. Then I realized I want to draw what I really want to draw. What I really want to draw is fancy stuff, monsters and creatures and stuff. That's why I do what I do. This is really... So, and I can change my colors. So I think my process is an interesting process, and I've reserved the right to change my mind time. But I think my process is kind of neat. My color selection might still be on the saturated side, so I should probably work on some palettes that are desaturated. Perhaps play around with those, see what happens. So, like I said, I'm experimenting myself. See. You know, it's a good point. I probably will ask around and see what people say. If I feel like there's some traction. I know other artists, like pro artists, have made coloring. I don't know how well the sales went. But if I did print on demand, then I don't have to worry too much about sales. I could just print it when... And that would be pretty... I would... Is Julia still there, or does she take off? Your layering and stuff looks like it could be easily put together. Hello, you're still there? I got a question for you in a sec. You would do Dandelion from Witcher. Now do me a favor and pull up Dandelion. I don't know what that character looks like. I barely know what the main Witcher character looks like. And I've only read the first book. So was Dandelion in the first book or a later book? And Julie, I was going to ask you, what's your freelance projects like? What are you working on today or recently? What have you been doing mostly for freelance? Type of projects. Oh, he totally looks like a bard. I think he was in the first book, right? I seem to recall a bard. He was a friend of Witcher, right? The storyteller. Yeah, this guy's very flamboyant. I like that vest. I can't tell if that's 3D or painted. I think it's 3D, huh? That's pretty damn cool. He's pretty bright. My guy's bright. He's bright. Maybe I'll steal his colors. Sample his colors. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, he's pretty saturated. Model from the third game. How's the gameplay on that? I had a friend from high school say he was playing it. I've never played it. Really? Favorite game ever? Is that good, huh? Working on a calendar project, office animals, social, office stereotypes. Oh, so the animals are playing the parts of the social stereotypes? Wow, that sounds like a fun project. You also have a children's book manuscript. Now, you're a writer as well? Or are you anything a customer needs you to be? So you'll wear any creative hat that you have to wear. I don't know if I admire you or if I'm jealous of you, Julie. Maybe a little both. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll have to try it out. My sons and I were trying to figure out what new game we would play together. We're only going to get to play like once or twice a month, so we don't want to invest too much time. It has to be a co-op. Is Witcher a co-op? Or is it single player? Or is it PvP? Or is it both? Or what type of game is it, really? You're doing your own characters and a nice story. That's so cool. All right, I think that's it for Streamlabs spam for a while. Yeah, I just by the way one time. I'll definitely look into it. Well, time permitting. Many little projects are in my head. Hope I can realize a bit of them. Yeah, if you have any recommendations on co-op, easy to play, easy to pick up and play a game. Like we were playing StarCraft, you know, and that's just about perfect, except it's kind of old, you know. We're just wondering if there's other games that are good co-op games like that. I've seen Monster Hunter. I thought that was pretty interesting looking. Yeah, I don't have any time for anything that's grinding away. It's got to be, you know, cool from the start. Oh, and the other challenge is my sons have PCs and I have a Mac. Although I could restart my computer and start the Mac side because I have Boot Camp installed, but I prefer to stay on a Mac. So that makes it a lot harder. But I might have to just do PCs that way with what they've got. Cool. I read the first book, Witcher, and I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest, but I fully realized that was his first book in the series. And a lot of times the first book in a series is kind of rough. Even the author's trying to figure out where he wants to take it. And clearly there's been so many books, there's been a ton of interest, so I should probably read some more of Witcher stuff. Just drew out a whole freaking gun and realized once I was done that it was too high up on the composition and too small. That's why I sketched the ahead of time. You have to evaluate sketch. Something none of us want to do. Want to get into the drawing. Eisenflay. That's the name from Watership Down. Remember. One of the rabbit characters was Eisenflay. Maybe the main protagonist. Yeah, that's one thing I've learned while streaming especially, is that sometimes I'll be drawing and I realize how tired I really am because a couple things. My vision goes blurry, so it kind of takes a while for it to come back. Or there's sometimes when I'm like inking and I ink a line and then I kind of wake up and I'm like, holy crap, how did I ink that line? Because I don't remember inking that line. So you know it's bedtime when stuff like that starts happening. Although maybe that's when the masterpiece would come out. When my subconscious starts taking over like that. I should try it. If only. Only it were that easy. I'm actually not going to. Getting late even for me. And I got more work tomorrow. Eisenflay, did you look it up? That's how you spell it? Yep. I said Eisen, so it's Heisenflay. That'd be the one. I'm surprised I remember the name. close as I did, to be honest. Let's see. General Woodward was the evil rabbit. Woodworm. General Woodwin, something like that. Woundward. Got the wiki up, huh? See, I called it. Who was, so what was the bird's name who would go to the big water? What was the seagull's name? What was that character's name? Big water. Obviously, I saw the animation, which was awesome. Kihar. Sure, that's it. There was only one bird character. And yet. Well, like you said, you're half asleep, right? So you can't really blame yourself. I have to say, that's one of the nice things about doing digital. Do quick resizing. I used to not do that because I was so adamant. Like, nope, I'll sketch up. I won't use the eraser. I'll start light, slowly go dark. Now I'm like, forget that. If I have to erase, I erase. If I redraw, I redraw. So much easier on my soul now that I have decided I'll do whatever it takes instead of trying to force it to be done a certain. It's the perfect gun though. Take a picture of it, scan it, and then that way you can resize it, output it. Then it becomes like multimedia or collage work. No, mixed media, that's what I want to say, not multimedia. Then it becomes a mixed media project. Turn that mistake into, what's Bob Ross say? Into happy little mistakes or whatever he says. I don't know his saying. Or you could just redraw it. Yeah, it is about the rabbits' homes. There's a spiritual aspect about it. Stories from that time usually had a metaphorical meaning too. So it's probably a representation of something that was going on in the world at the time. But I don't know what. Yeah, no mistakes, just happy accidents. That's what it is. All right, I'm actually going to stop here. It's really hard to stop when I'm this close to being done, but I'll just have to stream again tomorrow. Let's see what it looks like so far. Shadows. So that's what I've got. And then when I want to see if I like it with all that form work, because, you know, if I do all that gray work, I'm like, man, that's a lot of work to do. So then if I want to test it, see if I like it with or without it, you know, I turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. Always like it. So that's why I keep doing it, because it just adds something to it. So I'll save that. I've got to head to bed. You guys have a choice on who to raid. Most of the time, anyone I follow is not on late. Most of all the time. And no one that I really follow. Okay, everyone. So, I think I'll go to bed too. No raid this time. Sorry, guys. But everyone, thank you very much for keeping me company tonight. It was a pretty busy night. Had a lot of followers, or not followers, had a lot of visitors tonight. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Was it Julia stuck around for more than 10 minutes? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yes, I know I call you out and I shouldn't, but it's kind of... All right, so I will be streaming tomorrow sometime. So if you guys want to see me finish this guy up, look for me in about 10 hours, I think. All right, good night, guys.